multiplication sheet with you if you like that and use that a lot. And then you can have your own note card. Okay, any questions on what you can bring? Don't forget your calculators. All right, questions on the exam will not be in the same order. It's going to be 20 questions like it always has been. On your note card, you can have formulas, but you can't have the actual problems from the review sheet. Okay, so we're going to start on the yellow sheet. And I'm going to model for you if I was taking my exam, what I would have on my note card. If you notice on my note card, on my sheet up here, I've highlighted directions and important things to watch out for. Like problem number 1 says find the root. So on my note card, I would definitely have the half sheet. You know what the half sheet looks like? You know what the half sheet looks like?
Yeah.
Lift it up if you have it. There it is. Lift it up for me, will you, Gabriel? Half sheet, yellow half sheet. You can have that on your desk. Again, most instructors won't let you have it. They'll make you go through the pain of doing it. But if you look on that half sheet and you look in the cube section, do you see the number 216? What's underneath it?
6.
6? Now, what's going to be the stupid mistake you make on your exam?
Forget the negative sign.
Forget the negative sign. So again, I would write, when it asks you to find the root, pay attention to the sign out front. And your answer here is just -6. Do I have to show a stick of work?
No.
Not if you have your half sheet. So everybody in the room, if you bring your half sheet, you should at least get one of the questions correct? All right. Next one, it says simplify the expression involving rational exponents. Rational exponents mean you got a fraction as an exponent. What I would write on my note card is that when you have a negative exponent, what do you got to do to get rid of the negative?
Put it over 1? Or, yeah, reverse it.
You got to flip it. So on my note card, I would put down negative exponent. First thing you're going to do is flip the fraction upside down. And that will eliminate that negative exponent. So on my paper, my work I'm going to have is -8/125 to the 4/3 power. That's your first step. Anytime you're given a negative rational exponent. Now you can't write this problem on your note card, but you can write those words that when you have a negative exponent, your first step should be to flip what's in the parenthesis upside down. I'm going to give you the same kind of problem, except it's not going to be -125/8. It might be 144/16. It's going to be the same kind of problems. All right, so now I've gotten rid of that negative exponent. Now on my note card, you better put that the denominator of your exponent is the index of each of these numbers. So this is a cube root, this is a cube root. The top number is the exponent that after you do the cube root, you have to take it to the 4th power. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
That might have been when I was gone, so that's why I'm doing this a little different today, just in case you didn't get it right. So now let's look on the half sheet again and go to the cubes, because our denominator is a cube. means your index is a cube. Go to the cube row and go find Mr. 8. Or -8. Negatives aren't there, but what's 8? Look down below, what do you get? 2. So it's a -2, and you're gonna take it to the 4th power when you're all done. And now what's the cube root of 125? Look on your half sheet. 5, and you're gonna take that to the 4th power. Now what's left is just go and use your calculator and figure out what -2 times -2 times -2 times -2 is. And then what's 5 times 5 times 5 times 5? And your answer is going to be a fraction. What's the fraction?
6 and 625.
16 over what?
625.
625. So this whole thing turns out to be 16 over 625. Now, have I shown you the work that I've done as I go along? First step, got rid of the negative exponent and flipped the number that's in front of it upside down. It's going to be a different fraction. Then you're going to take whatever the denominator is. It could be the 4th root, it could be a square root. It doesn't have to be a 3, but it probably is. So you take the cube root of what's underneath each of those. Remember, we have to divide the fraction into 2 condos? I was here for that one. And then once you get everybody out of the condos, now you gotta do the 4th root. That's called work. Okay, number 3. Look at my directions on problem 3. It says write with rational exponents. That means you gotta have fractions. Can you guys write the first one with the fractional exponent instead of radicals?
Yes.
X to the what? Okay, so work you should have is x to the 7/6 times x to the what?
2/5.
2/5. Now, when we multiply x or numbers together that have the same base, what do we do with the exponents?
CD.
Yeah, that's easy.
You have to add them.
Okay.
So in your notes, I would put when we multiply like bases, add your exponents. Now, you have to get from here to here. If you need notes on that, how to change a radical into a rational exponent, then you better write yourself some more notes about that problem.
Thank you.
Okay, we have to add these 2 fractions together. That's what the 8 rows of exponents I gave you way back in January. We're still doing those rules of exponents, but in January it looked like this, x to the 2 times x to the 3, and you said x to the 5, and you didn't use your calculator. Now you have to use your calculator and try it right now with me and see if your calculator can give you a fractional answer. If it can't, then you're gonna have to get a common denominator, and you better know how to add fractions to get a common denominator.
Okay.
What does it say?
47 over 30.
What is it?
47 over 30.
47 over 30. So it's x to the 47 over 30 power.
Not x
That's
squared?
writing your answer in exponential form.
Is it x squared to that? No?
X squared, where? Questions?
From x to the 7/6 times x to the 2/5,
Yes.
that's not gonna be x squared, and the exponent we came up with?
Okay, do your practice quiz.
Um,
Because you think about it.
Oh, okay, I got it. I see what I see what I did wrong.
Okay.
All right, if you wanna get your
And
common
expose
denominators,
more
your
X's.
calculator can't do it. What do you have to multiply
What
six
was
by to
correction
get
again?
30? 7 times 5 is 35. What do you multiply 5 by to get 30? 6 times 2 is 12. When you add
Before I
those
get
together,
lost,
you
what was
get
the
your
top?
47 over 30.
Where's up? I got lost.
It's called work. You're not going to be able to look at these problems and find your answer. You got to go through the steps. Now, anything I just did, if you looked at this original problem and you go, heck, I would have never done that, you need to write yourself some notes that when I have two radicals being multiplied together and they ask me to get fractional exponents instead, you gotta write yourself some notes on the steps you need to take. Okay, number 4. Do I need to do number 4?
No.
Can you all do number 4?
Yes.
Mhm.
If you can't, don't sit there and be quiet. This is your last chance. Who said? Okay. Number 4, read the directions. What does it ask you to do?
Simplify.
Simplified. Simplified means you can't have any perfect squares because the index is a 2, so you can't have any perfect square factors underneath that radical sign. So you want to look and see, oh, does 98 have any perfect square factors? Well, 98 isn't on my half sheet there, but what number will go into 98 evenly on your half sheet? 2 won't, 3 won't, 4 won't, 5 won't, 6 won't. Oh, 7. What's 7 times 7? 49. 2 groups of 49 is 98 cents, right? You have 49 cents, 49 cents, isn't that 98 cents? So what work are you going to show breaking this down to be 49 times 2? Does 7 have any perfect square factors? Yes. I can write k to the 6 times k to the 1. That's what we did when we covered this. K to the 6 gets to come outside to play. Why? Because 2 can go into 6, but 2 doesn't go into 7 evenly. So I have 7 kids inside my house. And I'm the mom and I said, hey, every 2 of you can go out and play together. Can't go out by yourself, every 2. So how many groups of 2? Well, here's 1, here's 1, here's 1. Oh, one poor kid has to stay inside. But 3 groups get to come out and play. So what's my work? I'm going to pull out the 49 as a 7. I'm going to pull out the k to the 6 as a k to the 3 because there's pairs with each of those. And now q to the 8, is that divisible by my index of 2?
Yes.
What does it come out as?
4.
Q to the 4. And who's left inside to play? Because they can't go outside and play.
2K1. 2K1.
The 2 and a K to the first, or just a K. That's called work. That's what you need to show on your exam. You know, you don't just give me some wild, bizarre answer. You got to show work. Okay, we're going to start with problem 5 now. And in your group of 4, we want one person, the smallest number in your group, to come up to the board first. And the rest of you, the smallest number.
Oh.
So your seat number.
That's crazy.
Why? Okay, so in your group, go on up. Yeah.
You got it.
That's wow.
You got this.
Oh, so like 6 is like k times k3 times k3.
No, it's K3
Is that why
Yes,
it's able
K-
to go outside?
It's
Like,
able
I
to go
thought it was-
outside because you're gonna take this index and divide it by your exponent. And it comes out as a K3.
I was just confused because, 6
8
wasn't.
divided by 2 comes out as a 4. Uh-huh.
Wouldn't that answer be negative, cause like in the,
Oh, yes, thank you. You found, very good. See, that was one, nice. Should be a negative. Oh, there's the one from yesterday. Very good. Should be a -7 out front. That's losing 1 point again, so now I got a 99 on the quiz. Thank you. All right, let's go to problem number 5.
numbering my notes,
Youngest seat.
numbering my notes.
Yeah, you can bring anything you want. You can talk to your group, say, I forgot how to do this. You guys are over there. Your stuff is there. Find the distance between the 2 pairs of points. You got 1 minute, go. Let's go. Talk to your group, just if you forgot, you gotta talk to your group.